let's copy, start from the top. So we need the CA cert, and where do we need that? Well, when we refer to it in the Vyatta configuration, we're going to need it there, just to be nice and tidy. So we've copied that there. Now what's next? How about we get the VPN1.key? Now is that it? Is there any more that we need? I'm sure there's some more. What else did we generate? We generated the CA, so we've got the CA bit. We generated the key, so we got the key bit. Have we got the VPN certificate? I don't think we have. We need that bit. Okay, so we've got the CA cert, or the certificate authority certificate. We've got the key. We've got the certificate that's been signed by the CA, VPN1. Now what else do we need? What else did we do? Again with DAH, that's the diffie-1024.pem. Okay, let's cd into that directory and just check they're all there. There we go. Okay, so let's go back to the root directory. Cool. Jump back into configuration mode. Okay, so set interfaces. What interface is it? Oh look, isn't that convenient? It's got OpenVPN already listed. Now we're going to call this VTUN0. We're going to tell it that it's going to be mode server. Okay, it's going to be, now if you remember, there was going to be a virtual subnet. Okay, so we set up the VTUN interface. We've told it's going to be a mode server. We set up the subnet. Now we set up the TLS configuration, which is all the certificate stuff we've already done. And there you go. It's already telling us what we need to do. So let's do the first one. CA cert. Where is the cert file? Well, it's an etc. OpenVPN, and it's called ca.cert. What's the next one? Actually, I shouldn't have deleted that because they're all in the same path. How about the next one is a cert file? So that'll be the individual server cert file, which is VPN1. What's next? Oh, diffie. And that's the key. Let's commit that, see if we've left anything out. I don't believe we have. Okay, so let's check our configuration. Let's do it the long way. Oh, that isn't the long way. That's the long way. Okay, so we're looking at this particular bit here. So OpenVPN, VTUN0, mode server. The server, that's the virtual subnet that's going to be hanging off here. TLS. And we set up the certificate authority certificate file, which is there, certificate authority certificate. The certificate for the individual server itself, which is there, which is now signed by the CA. The diffie-hellman file, which is there. And then we have the key for the individual server. Okay, that's looking good. Now, did we commit that? We did, but we didn't save it. So there we go. Now the server is pretty much ready. Let's pop over to the workstation now. Now you see why we're going to have internet. Now I'm going to show you what do I want. I want OpenVPN GUI. Now there's an interesting thing here. It's quite tempting to download, to click stable and then download that. However, that wouldn't work. The reason why it wouldn't work is because Vyatta's OpenVPN server, it pushes down a special command called topology, and that's not understood in this version. So what we need is this version. Without this version, it won't really work. We're going to keep that all very standard. Okay, now we just set it up on the client side, which, believe it or not, is pretty much actually the same as the server. Okay, let's grab a sample config of the client, and I'm just going to whack it in there. We're going to build off that in a moment. The next thing to do, easy RSA, recognize that? Let's make this a little bit bigger too. Give us a little bit more to play with. Okay, right. Actually, second thoughts, it's a little bit too big. So these, as you can see, are very similar to the files that we saw over on the VPN server with your build CA, your build dish H, diffie hymen, your key, and everything else. We're not going to be doing so much over here, but we're still going to be doing quite a lot. So I'm going to cd into that directory. Good. Okay, now I need to edit the vars. Somewhere in here. Okay, see it's vars at the moment. Sample.bat. We need to edit that. But it's a bit of a pain to try and edit in normal Notepad. So we're going to grab Notepad++. Great open source utility, and if you haven't already seen this, I expect you to be hanging your head in shame. What do we need? We need the installer. There it is. Save it to my documents is fine. We can close that now. And we don't need to explore open, and then run. There we go. That was nice and harmless. Thank you very much. Okay. Edit with Notepad++. And hey, doesn't that look better? Okay, now what do we set here? We set that is UK. We set that as LO, I believe. Maybe it was that. I think it was just that. City. What do we set that to? I think that was London. And we set that. The organization was Snake Oil. Email address was richard@snakeoil.com. We can now save that and close it. Now vars is setting the environmental variables, so we don't really want to set it here because it'll just set it, and then the environment which it just set it will then die again. So we want to set it here. So vars.bat. There we go. Doesn't do a lot, but that's enough. We also need to copy the other file, which I believe, if you bear with me, there's another file here.